Hey guys, it's Spirit. This isn't just a fun, quirky video. I'm gonna address the allegations and what's been going on. Before I speak about all of this, I want to say that I am terribly bad at wording things properly, and I will probably edit this or even make a new one in the future. This is probably not likely, but still. So, I have a terrible memory, and this is not a lie. I have been saying this for almost 2 years. Those being said, enjoy the video. I want to start off by saying everyone has a part in this. There are all different POVs of the whole situation, and everyone will probably edit what I say in their own words. I want to go off by saying that almost all of those messages and screenshots are all from almost a year ago, due to the days coming closer to 2026. My Discord server. In the document, back in, I'm trying to remember, sorry. I honestly don't know, maybe September? I don't know. But when I was on Instagram a couple months ago, I made a Discord server for age regressors, pet regressors, all of the things, and I made them a safe place. I was also in a bunch of servers that were really well managed at the time that also, were a safe place for age regressors, pet regressors, and other people alike. Their age rules in those servers that I was in said 13 to 21 or even 24. Since I thought it was okay, I made the age rules to be 13 to 24. Then I received enormous backlash saying this is dangerous, Paretos, and so many things could go wrong. I didn't understand. I thought it was okay because I saw other servers doing the same thing I was doing. Shortly after, I started changing up the rules back and forth, because I didn't know what to do. First it was 12 to 24, then it was 13 to 24, 13 to 21, 13 to 18, and then I just deleted the server. But since I was done with that server and I left the server, I am sorry if I hurt anyone while I was in that server. I genuinely did not mean to. I did not know what I was doing. Discord and me, I'm very confused about Discord. There's a lot of mods and bots to use, and I'm really just confused about the whole thing and what to do. So it wasn't really well managed at the time. So genuinely, if I hurt anyone if you were one of the people who was in that server when it was created, I am sorry. There was an incident that happened in that server where someone posted in promote, self-promote, I am selling, they were selling about over 6 masks for 1 open masks. When I first saw the message, I was like, what? Why would they do that? Not in a mean way, I was confused. So I wanted to get attention, because at the time I really wanted attention, and so I went into one of the group chats I was in and I said, guys, look at this, this is kind of crazy how they're charging all of these masks for the price of 1 opal mask. And then Tabby immediately responded with, I think it's fine, it's their choice, or something else, because I can't quite remember what they said. So after that happened, I felt a little sad that I wasn't really heard. So after that happened, I brushed it off and just ignored it. For the person who put that message in the server, if you're even watching this, I'm sorry. Tabby is right. It's your decision of what you want to price, what you want to trade, because you bought the masks. I shouldn't have just jumped to conclusions. I'm sorry. There was another incident that happened in the server where I was changing my username to unregressed and regressed. I was putting, when I first started doing this, no one was doing it in the server. No one I knew was doing it, so I thought it was kind of my thing. I was wrong. It wasn't my concept. Again, shouldn't have jumped right to conclusions. Then in my server, people started using their usernames with not regressed, and changing it when they regressed, etc. I thought they were mocking me, even though they weren't, and I thought they were stealing my idea, even though they were not. And that was really messed up of me, because I just freaked out. I said, you're triggering me, you're disrespecting my boundaries, which was incredibly immature of me. So again, that was messed up. I'm sorry. I don't own the concept. This part is about family relationships and my parents. I'm only going to talk about some of this because this is really, really hard to talk about, and I think I'm just not ready to talk about it online. That's my decision. Me and my mom both have really bad anger issues. It's always been in our family. My dad, my mom, my grandparents, me, like almost all of us have a little bit of anger issues. And it's just been really, really hard. Me and my mom are going to get family therapy. We are getting family therapy, really, and it's really, really hard. So I know a lot of people are confused because I've made, I used to make little stories on my, Insta stories that are like, oh my God, I hate my mom. And then the next day it could be, oh my God, my mom's so kind, I love her. So I know that could be confusing to a lot of people. So it's my relationship with my mother, it's really difficult, and we're both trying to get better, and we're working things out. It's hard sometimes. So this is about Arley. Some of you may know them as Husk. And I'm here to just talk about them a little bit because we've dated in the past. So I'm going to talk about them next. This is what they said in the doc. When Spirit and I dated last year, before Soda came along, Soda is one of my exes, my mental health was really unstable. I told him several times that I felt like he didn't care about me. I also said, I know I would hate to leave you, but I don't know how I feel about you dating other people. Keep those words in mind because they'll appear in the screenshot. Spirit responded with, I don't think you should really be dating me then, because I really need at least 2 partners in a relationship, or else I don't feel worthy of love or feel worthless. Gonna pause there. When I was taking a break this year, I realized a lot of things about myself. Like, I'm changing, I am recognizing my behavior patterns, I am getting better, and I also realized that I'm on the aromantic spectrum, asexual spectrum, all of that, and I'm currently not comfortable with dating. I do not want to date anyone because it's not just because of comfortability, it's also because I don't feel attraction anymore. I don't feel attraction anymore. It's like it's gone. Sometimes I have little crushes called squishies in the aromantic community, but they're just platonic. Like, when I think about dating them, ew. When I think about love, ew. I don't know. It's a whole thing, but keep that in mind. When I dated them, Arley, I was polyamorous. I still kind of am. I don't know. It's a whole thing with the aromantic. I don't know. And I would go into small depressive states if I didn't have 2 partners or like more than 1 partner at the time. It wasn't too bad, but it was bad enough. So when me and Arley dated, but they were in a bad depressive state, and I really wanted to help them. And I think we just took a break and we broke up because they needed to focus on their mental health, which I totally respected. Those words that I said, which I just read, I think that was really, I think I just worded it in the wrong way and I shouldn't have worded it like that. So, yeah. Later, he told a friend about our conversation, saying he was really stressed. I was. But he showed very little regard for my feelings at the time. I did not mean to make Arley feel like that, genuinely. I just didn't know what to do in the moment, but that's not an excuse. I should have just stayed offline, calmed myself down first, and then went to Arley so we could talk things out. One day, Spirit posted on his story that he was upset about something. I tried to comfort him, but I hadn't seen the second part of his story yet. In that second part, he said he didn't want anyone to talk to him anymore. When I saw the first half of the story, I reached out. He sent me a voice message yelling at me. I don't know. I think the story they're talking about is when I was at the birthday party. I was at a birthday party a couple months ago. But if it wasn't that, fuck, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's a lot of stuff that I did back then that really haunts me now, that I really am ashamed of. And I had really, really terrible anger issues back then. And I still do, but I'm working and changing. So basically, pretty recently, maybe in September, or I don't know. Again, my memory is terrible. I posted a thirst trap. Basically, you know, that Sabrina trend that's like, when did you get hot, I think? No, maybe it's a different one. I don't know, but it was basically a Sabrina audio or a trend that was like, you know, offering to do anything. I'm like, oh my god, I get wet. Yeah, that one. I did that trend because, you know, I saw it online, thought it was okay for me, and I did it. I went on my story before I posted it because I didn't know what to do. Like, oh, this is a really cool transition. Should I post it? But I'm a minor. Is it okay to post? So I went on my story. I said, is this okay while covering the video? And people said yes. Due to people, I thought it was okay. I posted it, started getting backlash, deleted it right away. I started to think what I did on that day, and I looked back on the video, and it started to click in my mind how it wasn't okay. I'm 13, almost 14, and I'm a minor, and I shouldn't have done stuff that were inappropriate back then. No. I am hypersexual. It's actually getting actively better, which is good, but I am hypersexual, and sometimes my brain, you know, tells me to do things that I don't want to do, and it's really hard. So I usually just try to stay offline when, you know, hypersexual attacks or stuff happens, but that's another thing. The reason is I shouldn't have posted that. If in the back of my mind it said, you know, it was saying, this isn't good, don't post it, I should have listened. This is about celestial garlic bread. I really don't want to get into this again because it's months old. Yeah, but we're gonna get into it just a little bit. So, by the top of my head, before I look at my phone to read the doc again, I remember that in my bio, it's always been like this. I think I started using it maybe at the start of, maybe kind of in the middle of 2024 or 2025. I don't know, maybe kind of in the middle, I don't know. But I started putting in my bio and on my stories, 18 plus do not interact. Then I moved on to 18 plus do not interact unless I interact first. Example, let's say you're scrolling on your feed, you see me, and you're like, oh, this person's pretty cool. So you go to their bio, and you're going to follow them, but then you look into their bio, and it says, 18 plus do not interact until I interact first. If I have followed you, liked one of your videos, something like that, feel free to interact with it. But if I haven't, and you're 18 plus, like 18 and up, please do not interact. It makes me extremely uncomfortable. It makes me extremely uncomfortable when someone who's 18 plus and who I like haven't interacted with just follows me or likes one of my videos out the blue, since I have been essayed and abused before. With that being said, I understand that if you see me on your feed, it's not your usual instinct to check the bio. I thought that a lot of people would check someone's bio before they follow them or like one of their videos. I was wrong. This was the case for Celestial Garlic Bread. They were scrolling on their feed when they saw me, liked my post, and followed me because they thought I was cool or something. I, of course, checked their bio, and I was like, checked their bio to see who they were, and they were I think 20-year-old at the time, I don't know for sure, 18, I don't know, my memory's really foggy, and they had not safe for work drawings, and I was like, my mind immediately went to, oh my god, they're a pedo, oh my god, what a pedo, which is a trauma reaction, and I knew my brain shouldn't have gone right to that, but I posted my story anyways. Guys, this person followed me, oh my god, they have not safe for work content, oh my god, they're a pedo, guys, beware. So that was extremely immature of me to post, and I understand why like this whole drama happened. So I have apologized to them frequently, and you know, I still am, like, you know, sorry that the drama happened and everything, and the situation. So, Celestial, if you're watching this, I'm gonna say again, I'm sorry. Like, genuinely. Oh my god, I say genuinely a lot, but actually, I'm sorry. So, when I realized I was a Husk fiction kid, it was in 2024 before I had all my social media. Maybe at the start of the year when I was with my first ex, which, like, none of you guys know about, and we did a kind of shifting thing. It's not a Therian shift, it's kind of just like a mental shift. Like, it's not like movement, it's like, I don't know, you can search it up, but it's not Therian related. So me and my ex, we laid on the ground. This was when we were still together, and they taught me how to, like, you know, how to shift or whatever. And they said, think of a place and a being or a person you want to, you know, be in, or a universe or whatever. And so I laid down, I closed my eyes, and at the time I really, really was obsessed with Angel Dust. I loved Angel Dust so much. He was such a cool and amazing character for me, even though I was only like 12, which is, keep that in mind, that was kind of crazy. But anyways, I really liked his design and everything. So I wanted to shift to that character. So I closed my eyes, thought of the time, the place, the universe, whatever, and instead of going into Angel's body, I shifted into Husk. And I started talking to Angel, and I don't remember much because it's kind of like a dream state, I don't know. And it was really crazy. I could, like, control my movements and everything. And then finally, I just woke up. I was like, oh my god, this really happened. My heart was beating so fast. I was like, dude, this just happened. What the hell? And they were like, oh my god, that's so cool. So I laid down again, I think, and then I went home. I laid down again in my room this time, and it happened again. I think it happened 3 times because I know I did it again in me and my ex's room. And then when I went back home, I did it again. And I kept shifting into Husk. So I thought, but I didn't know what was the term called. I thought it was just, you know, fun. Then, a few months passed, you know, gaining quite a following. I started researching what fictionkin means because a lot of fictionkins were following me. It's a character who you feel identifies with you, or you identify with them, and you feel a connection. And that's what I felt for me. So I did a lot of research. First, I thought I was a fiction hearted. I did more research. Thought I figured out I was a fiction kin, and my kin was Husk. I went on TikTok, you know, or I went on Instagram, shared the news, like, guys, I'm Husk, and it was really fun. I started scrolling on TikTok randomly, trying to search up, you know, oh, Husk edits and all that. Then I saw a TikTok of this, you know, kind of famous Therian creator or fiction king creator who was also Husk. Out of the blue, my hands started shaking. I started shaking. I started breathing hard because I was like, what? No, I'm Husk. Like, I'm not trying to invalidate their identity, but I'm just saying this was my experience. And I was like, oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? So I just, you know, blocked them, moved on. Then I put on my story a few, like, you know, minutes later, hey guys, just letting you know, please, Huskins, do not interact because it's really dysphoric and troubling for me. I started making videos saying, you know, I'm Husk, you aren't Husk. And I know a lot of Huskins probably felt really invalidated about their identity, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel like that. Then, as more drama persists, and all of this was happening, this was a couple, maybe 2 months ago, and as this was happening, maybe in November, I don't know, November? When was that? Sorry, I'm zoning out. I posted a video basically saying how Arley, you know, kinned Husk because they put on their story, I kin Husk. And so I went to block Arley, done with that. Then, at the time, I still felt feelings for Arley, which I do not anymore. And I understand how that probably made Arley feel uncomfortable, which was generally not okay for me, like, was not what I did not think of, and I should have. So I'm sorry for doing that, Arley. This is about racism. And again, I have bad memory. So, yeah, we're gonna get into this. Not long ago, an incident occurred in which Spirit was on call with an anonymous user discussing his Navikin. During the conversation, Spirit said, I might be RCTA. The other person appeared visibly uncomfortable, prompting Spirit to quickly take it back and claim it was a joke. This could have been dismissed as a poorly timed joke, but the situation worsened as Spirit later began claiming he was part of a tribe and identified as Native American because of his Navikin. For actual Native American individuals, this is extremely disrespectful and not acceptable. I'm going to pause there. I do not remember at all saying that I was RCTA. I would never say that as a joke because RCTA is extremely disrespectful, hurtful, and not okay. I do not remember saying this at all. So if anyone knows when I said this, that would be fantastic because I genuinely do not know. I am part of a Native American tribe on my dad's side because he is partner Native American and I am too. Not because of my kins, not because of, you know, Navi or Avatar, because of my dad's side, because he is Native American and I am Native American too. This isn't racist, it's in my blood. Navi and Avatar has always been racism, Native American stuff, almost always with the Avatar and Navi community. So it's not a surprise that it happened to me. And I didn't mean to offend anyone with me identifying as a Navi because I can't control my kins. And yeah. When I was in a call with Tabby, I had this little blanket that was like, I think it was a comfort blanket for me. And, you know, I like to be in really, really warm clothes, just all around me. I like to be in a den. I like to have it over my head. I like to, you know, have it around me, over my leg. I just really love a soft thing around me or just to be really warm. When I was in a call with Tabby, I put a comfort blanket, one of my comfort blankets, over my head and started to fake pray. And that was extremely disrespectful of me. And I have never, when I looked back on this talk, I didn't remember at first, and then I saw the, you know, screenshots, and I was really racist. I will say that I was racist, and it was not okay for me. It was not okay to the Muslim community. It was not okay. No, I'm sorry. This is Soda's experience with me, my most recent ex, about, I don't know, a few months ago. Again, memory is terrible. This is Soda. I love Spirit. He was my everything. I trusted him and never told anyone else some things that I told him. One day that all changed. I told him something very traumatic about my past, and it still haunts me to this day. He told me I was weird in a bad way. I don't have screenshots of this because he told me to it on a call. I cried and cried all night, and about that, he then proceeded to say he was going to break up with me. When I begged him to not break up with me, he told me he would do something to himself. I was scared. I had a whole panic attack. He then comes back around, being all sweet to me, and tells me he calmed down and by telling random people on Discord. He manipulated me. He hurt me. He also made many sexual comments on me. I acted like I liked it because I was terrified. I just didn't want him to get mad at me because that is what he always did. He made me very uncomfortable and said many mean things to me. He lied to me and told me fake things. He told me Celestial Carpet like bread did freaky content when they in fact did not. I'm gonna start off by saying I loved Soda too. I really, really loved him at the time. And I'm gonna say this because I think a lot of young people, especially me, need to hear this. You may think you are ready to date, but in my opinion, minors under the age of at least maybe, I don't know, 16 or 17 are not fully developed. Their brains, mentally, are not fully developed to form a relationship and to hold that relationship. You need, for your safety and for mentally, wait till you're in like high school, okay? Or wait till you're 16, 17, 18. Wait till you're an adult. Wait till you're in college, really, because you're not ready. You may think you're ready, but this is proof of me not being ready to uphold a relationship because my brain was not ready. I am still not ready, and I am not going to date. When Soda told me something that was very, very traumatic to them, I didn't know what to say in the moment. Seriously, I didn't know what to say. My brain just froze because no one told me that, and I was just, you know, what? Like, you know, I didn't know what to say. So my brain kind of just went to like a weird mode, like, what should I do? What should I say? So I just kind of blurted everything out, and I didn't know what to say. I told, I think, 2 people that day because I didn't want this to just carry with me throughout my life but I knew I shouldn't have told anyone, and I should have just stayed quiet for Soda's comfortability, and I'm sorry. I do not remember making sexual comments towards Soda. I remember calling him cute and, like, you know, hot, I guess, but I don't remember making, like, oh my god, you're so sexy. Like, I've never made weird comments like that to someone. So, sorry, my memory is really foggy. Again, I'm gonna say this multiple times in the video. My memory is super foggy. When we were in a relationship, in multiple relationships, I would make thirst traps and send them to my partners because I thought it was okay. I thought it was, like, you know, fine. It was obviously not, and I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have, because I was young, and I still am. I still am a minor, and it's not okay to make thirst traps. It's not okay. When you're that young, it's not okay. So, I'm sorry. That was also from a few months ago, and I haven't made thirst traps since I was in a relationship. This is a shorter video than I expected it to be, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was gonna be 1 hour, honestly, but I want to apologize to my subscribers, to my followers, to the people who used to follow me and now unfollowed me. I want to apologize to all of them. I want to apologize to my partners, to my exes. Soda, Arley, so many of you, I'm sorry. I'm so deeply sorry. And this isn't just a, oh my god, this is for clout, please forgive me, oh, genuinely, like, no, seriously. I'm not using this video for a forgiveness, for a, you know, this isn't like, please forgive me video. This is a video where I'm not asking for forgiveness. It's to clear up all of this and to apologize sincerely, because I know I hurt a lot of people, and I'm sorry for that. Now, this part is where I talk about Tabby and my experiences and what happened. So, who started the dog? I think Tabby said, I think in a group chat, or like maybe just an idea, like, oh my god, it would be so funny if we made a dog. But he mentioned it. Arley got onto it, and a few others. Then they actually started making the dog. I'm not pointing any fingers. I'm just saying that's what started this. When me and Tabby were in a relationship, they were, I think, 14 at the time. I don't know for sure. When we first met, I was at an old school, and they were there too, and they were in high school. So I didn't get to see them much, but they were really nice, you know. We would share theory and stuff, you know. It was really fun. Then, randomly, they found me on Insta, and they're like, oh my god, dude, it's you. Like, you were in this school. And I was like, wait, I remember you. We started talking again, you know, friendship evolved into a relationship, and it was going really well. And then there was a really hard time in the relationship where both of our mental health was just really bad. And I'm pretty sure Tabby has bipolar disorder. I don't know for sure because they told me they did. Hey, again, I don't know, okay? Bad memory, remember? And I tried to support them with the best I could, but again, our brains are not fully developed to hold a relationship. And it was going really, really well, and then it was going really, really bad, and it was bad. It was bad. We both definitely emotionally abused each other. We both did. And I hated it. We both probably hated it. And yeah. When all of this was going on, we went back to friends. And then when we broke up, finally, when I was like, you know, I want to break up with you, they were like, okay. So I broke up with them. Immediately, they put in their note, oh my god, like, you know, one free slot open for a partner. And I was like, whoa, they moved on really fast. So honestly, I was kind of heartbroken, even though, you know, people were allowed to move fast, but I was just like, this is really all too soon. I put on my story, me and my boyfriend broke up, because, you know, it's sad, but I thought it was the right choice. And they put on their story, you did it, you broke up with me in the first place. And, you know, that was really hurtful. So yeah, I blocked them after a bunch of stuff happened, and they started making videos on me on their story and a bunch of other stuff. So I blocked them. Maybe about a few weeks went past, and I unblocked them. Bad idea. And we started being friends again. Then, this was when I was partners with Soda, I think. And by the way, I also broke up with Tabby because they were also saying, like, you know, oh, who's the person you have a crush on? By the way, at the time, I'm pretty sure Tabby had one other partner. So I was like, oh, it's, you know, it's Soda. And they were like, oh, I knew it. And I was like, how did you know? I just started having a crush on them, you know, that day. And they're like, oh, I just knew. And then they started texting Soda basically saying, he's mine, as a joke. I didn't understand it was a joke, even though he said it was a joke, and I felt it wasn't. Soda expressed discomfort with me and how they didn't like this at all. And I think that's what they said. Again, I don't know. So that happened. Then after that, you know, blocking them, unblocked them. We started being friends again. Out of the blue, when I was dating Soda, they said, I still like you. And I was like, oh, okay. Back then, I thought if someone liked me, that would mean I would automatically get in a relationship with them. So I was like, oh, well, I kind of still like them too, so I guess I'll be in a relationship with them. So I thought I was ready, and we went in a relationship. And it was bad. I didn't like it at all. And then I think maybe like a couple days after, I was like, I can't do this, I'm sorry, I can't. And they're like, you liar, you told me you could do this, you told me, you liar, you liar. And then I just, you know, I stopped talking to them, I blocked them. And they and Soda started saying, you know, we'll have agreement, you don't post about Spirit, and Spirit doesn't post about you. You know, no contact for a while. Doc comes out, and this all happens. Tabby, please make note that you said you were done with the situation, and even privated your account. Then about, I don't know, maybe a week, 2 weeks later, if I'm correct, you started making the doc, thus for continuing this situation. I never wanted this whole situation to become a doc, but I guess it did, and it came to this part. Tabby, I know I did some fucked up stuff, and we were both not in the right headspace to even be in a relationship, but I'm not going to apologize to you. The only people who I will be apologizing to is my viewers, my followers, and to the people I was in a relationship, and more, but not you. Because you did not only leak my dead name, but also thought about doxing me. I'm not going to apologize to a person who leaked my dead name and almost thought about doxing me. With all that being said, I am so deeply sorry to everyone that was in this situation and that knew about the situation. I messed up really, really bad. I made mistakes, and I am actively changing. I am getting therapy. I'm getting family therapy, and I am taking breaks from the internet. I took a 4-month break, I think it's 4 months, and it felt really, really good. With all that being said, I don't think I'm going to be posting more for a long time. I might take another break in the future for maybe almost a year, because social media, it's toxic. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you understand. Feel free to comment down below and say what you need to say, or DM me. I will respond to DM shortly. Spirit out.